Hey, what's up everyone? John here from testprepinsight.com, and today I'm going to be directly comparing the LSAT prep courses from Kaplan and Princeton Review. It's been a couple of years since we last took a look at these two courses side by side, so figured it was time for a refresh, and hopefully seeing them compared head to head will help you figure out which one is right for you. And just as a quick note, since this is just a video and I'll just be covering the major highlights, if you want more information about these two prep courses at any point, you can always check out our full detailed written comparison of these two over on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight, Kaplan vs. Princeton Review LSAT. It's a quick way to find it. Okay, so to keep this video on the shorter side and focused on the key differentiators between these courses, I'm not going to provide a detailed overview and review of how each of these LSAT courses works. That would just be too long, and I want to keep this video more narrowly focused about how they compare. Plus, I already have granular review videos on each individual course if you do want to get into the detail, which you can always check out. I'll have those linked down below in the description for you if you want to jump over at any point and get some more detail. Instead, what I want to do in this video is basically describe the big differences between these courses and where I see each having advantages and winning over the other. But before diving straight into the pros and cons, I do want to very briefly talk about cost, because when it comes to pricing, these two companies charge about the exact same price for their courses. Basically, because of the fierce competition between these two, they have to sort of match price points. Kaplan and Princeton Review each offer a self-paced DIY course that goes for around $800. Their live class packages go for around $1,100 to $1,200. Private tutoring packages start around $2,000. And intense bootcamp style courses go for around $4,000. So essentially both companies are in the same cost ballpark, which compared to other LSAT prep providers, I would say is slightly above average cost. It's not the most expensive, but definitely not budget prep providers either. However, it's definitely worth mentioning that Kaplan and Princeton Review both regularly offer sales and special promos, so be sure to check the description below for coupon codes. I'll drop any current discounts and deals that I can find down there for you. I've seen both of these different courses discounted by up to 15% before, so make sure to check that out before purchasing. Alright, so with that quick coverage of pricing out of the way, let's get into where each course wins over the other, and let's start with Kaplan. Advantage number one in their favor is video lessons. To put it simply, Kaplan's video lessons are just plain better than Princeton Review's. Not only do they have better production value, but they also feature stronger content. The Kaplan video lectures include instructors on screen that explain key concepts, highlight notes, and break down practice problems. They are very engaging and helpful. Now, in contrast, in the Princeton video lessons, there's no actual person on camera and it's all about voiceover. The videos are just a little bit more boring and only feature slides on screen. So overall, I just think Kaplan's video lessons are more engaging, and the simple difference of having instructors on screen really helps with material retention. Okay, next up, advantage number two are Kaplan's prep books, which track with the lessons and provide strategies, practice problems, and drills. These books are super thorough, and in my opinion, they're extremely helpful in working through the core lessons. If you're more of an old school type of learner that likes to carry hard copy prep materials around with you when you're on the go, highlighting key points or dog-earing pages to revisit later on, then Kaplan is a great choice for you. I definitely prefer their books over Princeton Reviews. Okay, so next up, advantage number three, quizzes. I'm a big fan of the Kaplan customizable quizzes and think they offer a lot of value. Kaplan gives you over 200 of these, and I just think they're a great way to really narrowly target your weaknesses so you don't waste any study time on question types or topics that you already understand and excel at. Then, advantage number four is the Kaplan LSAT channel. This is one of the biggest selling points of the Kaplan course in my opinion. Essentially, their LSAT channel features supplemental live lessons that dive deep into specific topics and question types, and they're offered almost daily. And even if you can't make the live sessions, the recordings are turned into on-demand videos after the fact, which you can watch later. And one cool thing about the recordings is that you can use filters to find videos based on subject, difficulty rating, and even individual instructors. If you can make the live sessions, I highly recommend it, since there is a chat feature for you to interact with others, ask questions, and answer the instructor's live polls, but even the recordings are good. All in all, I was just super impressed with the Kaplan LSAT channel. I think it's one of the most helpful resources in the entire LSAT prep space, especially if you're struggling in a particular area. Alright, so last advantage in favor of Kaplan are the performance assessments that they provide students throughout the prep process. Now to be fair here, Princeton does this as well, but overall, I just found Kaplan's metrics and stats to be more insightful. They're just more personalized and really help you to identify your weaknesses so you know how to allocate your time and what to study. Okay, so those are the major wins for Kaplan. So now let's turn the tables and talk about the major advantages in favor of Princeton Review. And number one is content access period. So the default access period for Kaplan is 4 months, whereas Princeton Review gives you access to their study materials for an entire year. So if you plan on taking your time and studying for the LSAT over an extended period, this is something to keep in mind. And similarly, if you think you might take the exam 2 or 3 times because you're worried you might bomb the first attempt, or if you're applying to a law school that only takes your highest score, this is also an advantage for Princeton Review. With that said though, Kaplan does give you the option to extend past 4 months, but it does cost extra. Okay, so advantage number 2 for Princeton Review is practice material. And really, this is a two-parter. First, it's important to understand that nearly every LSAT prep company on earth leverages a subscription to LSAC to get access to past official LSAT prompts. In other words, the playing field is more or less level as far as quality of practice questions and practice tests go. But with that said, Princeton Review does beat Kaplan in this category. For one, Princeton Review includes the LSAC subscription in the cost of their courses, which is a $99 value, while Kaplan makes you purchase this subscription separately. And then number 2, even though the practice questions and tests between the companies are essentially identical, our team prefers the explanations from Princeton Review. So for every problem, Princeton includes a detailed explanation and breakdown of the optimal way to approach the question type, as well as an analysis of both the correct and incorrect answer choices, which I think is super important. By analyzing each component of the question and the accompanying answer choices, it'll help you start to recognize patterns and keep you from falling into potential traps on future problems. So overall, Princeton gets 2 big thumbs up in this department and beats Kaplan. And the last advantage for Princeton Review is their score guarantee. And specifically, I'm referring to their 165 plus prep course, which guarantees that you'll score at least 165 on the LSAT or get your money back. This is something that Kaplan doesn't offer even for their comprehensive bootcamp package. So if you're eyeing admission to a top 25 law school, the Princeton 165 plus course is a great option to help you get there. Now, that being said, this guarantee doesn't come cheap. The company's 165 plus course is about $1,000 more than its flagship fundamentals course. Plus, there is some fine print behind the guarantee that you should check out prior to purchasing. For example, you need a starting score of 158 to be eligible for that guarantee. But still, it's hard to argue with the 165 score guarantee. That's pretty awesome if you're looking for some insurance. Most companies in the LSAT prep space, including Kaplan, only offer a higher score guarantee. And that about does it for the detail in this comparison, so let's get to my final verdict. But before I hit you with that, I should just mention that since you're studying for the LSAT, every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we actually give away a free prep course to one lucky person. Super simple to enter. Everyone out there is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description on how to get entered, but just know that it takes like 10 seconds to get entered and you never know. You could win a totally free LSAT prep course from Kaplan or Princeton Review. Okay, final verdict time. Which LSAT prep course should you choose? Well, after using and reviewing the programs from both companies, I think Kaplan is the superior choice. Now, Princeton Review does score points in a few key categories like problem explanations and score guarantees, but ultimately, I just think Kaplan offers the more complete and well-rounded LSAT prep courses from top to bottom. Between their engaging video lessons, high-quality live classes, and all of the bonus features that they offer like customizable quizzes, the LSAT channel, and performance assessments, Kaplan is just plain tough to beat. Their courses are honestly some of the best in the entire LSAT prep industry. But anyway, I hope this video has been helpful and you learned a little something about both Kaplan and Princeton Review. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and drop me a quick comment below. That would be really appreciated. And again, if you want to see that full, detailed written comparison of these 2 courses that I mentioned earlier in this video, just hop on over to our website, testprepinsight.com, or check out the other videos we have on our YouTube channel. We got a bunch of great content out there. But as always, thanks for watching, best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.